Welcome back to the Stormcrow Show. I'm Brady.
And I'm Josh. And today we are talking about the final trailer for Volume 5 of RWBY. And the first episode comes out this Saturday, actually, right?
Yep, for all the Rooster Teeth First members. So if you are a member, then you will get to see it. And if you're not a member, you'll have to wait or become a member really quick.
Or you could, just find someone who's a first member and watch it with them.
Yeah, no, that never happens.
I'm a first member, he's not, but that's another subject altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to quickly break down this trailer, not like in minute detail, because we want to be quick about it. But we just want to kind of point out some general things about what Season 5 seems to be about. And, both in terms of the broad scale and some of the more minute details and some theories that we've had, or one of us has had, and discuss them, right? That's basically what we're trying to get at here. So, I guess I'll start us off.
Perfect.
All right, great. So, as hinted in Season 4, everything's going to revolve around Haven, the Academy in Mistral, right? Which is where Professor Lionheart apparently is the headmaster. I was going to say dean for some reason, but the headmaster.
Yeah. If it were a real-life school, it would be dean, probably.
Well, they said it'd say
or general.
Yeah, they said it'd say, like, provost or something like that. That would have been interesting. But, I mean, that's not too surprising. But here's the thing. One, you get the impression that things are very tense at Mistral when they show that early scene where, where is everybody? Yep. I think that's the Academy, by the way, not the whole city. I think they're in Haven, the Academy, as opposed to Mistral, the city. Or Mistral proper, whatever you would call it. But here's the thing. It looks like a lot of this was also going to be tied to whether or not our heroes find the Spring Maiden. Who, or whom, however that is grammatically correct, is with Raven's bandit group. Right? I mean, is that...
Yep.
It seems to be hinted by that, by the way Crow suggests it. So, a lot of it's focused on Haven, and a big focal point, or maybe a climax of this season, at least that's what they're hinting at with this trailer, is going to revolve around whether or not they can get the Spring Maiden probably to come back to protect Haven and Mistral. That's kind of my theory based on this, as well as the previous season. But we'll find out when we get there, I suppose, right?
Sounds good.
Cool. So, Brady.
Yeah, so... my theory, which we actually hinted at a video a few weeks ago when the Blake/Ilya short came out.
Oh, yeah.
So my theory is that when Blake wanted to set out to reform the White Fang, that one of the first people that she would talk to would be Ilya, because it was clear from the character short that they were friends, and... even in that short, it showed that they weren't willing to really, do battle with each other. Yeah. That they were still there was enough friendship there that even if they were on opposite sides, they weren't going to actually do anything deadly to each other. Okay. So, because of that, in this trailer, we see a clip where there's a very tense conversation going on between Ilya and Blake, and it seems like this is actually a continuation of Blake trying to reform the White Fang, and she approached Ilya, and Ilya is basically telling her it's not going to work. So I guess my point is that, if you haven't seen that video, well, I pretty much just summarized everything that was in that video right here. So, but I feel like this continues to support our theory on this point about Blake and Ilya's relationship, as well as Blake's strategy for reforming the White Fang.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, it could be Ilya's reaching out to her, but I mean, either way, Blake does want to build allies. She wants to take the White Fang back, as you pointed out, not destroy it.
Yep.
Which is very different. Though it's very cryptic for Ilya to say that she should get out of Menagerie, which suggests that something at Menagerie is going to be going down pretty quickly, too.
Yeah.
But enough grim... ness as it is. I know that was a terrible pun.
That was a terrible pun.
I apologize. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, your third theory that you were telling me about was, well, actually, it wasn't so much a theory as just you were talking about the shorts and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, if you've watched this clip, and by the way, I encourage you to do so. If you haven't done so yet, we'll link it below in the description.
And it's only a minute and a half long, so it's
Yeah.
not going to kill your morning or anything.
Yeah, so take a moment to watch that so you can kind of see what we're talking about here. But a lot of the clips with Weiss and Blake were actually they were already from the previous trailers, right? You would recognize them from the trailers from the last couple months. Yang doesn't show up a whole lot. It does look like she punches some guy in the face. Actually, it's more or less confirmed, I suppose, that she punches some guy in the face. The question is whether she just punched him in the face because he was a jerk, or for some other reason. Like,
he kind of looked like a jerk, so it didn't look like a battle scene. So I'm guessing he was just a jerk.
Okay, try to hit on her, and she hit back.
Oh, now that was actually a good pun.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Oh boy.
I like that.
Oh, good. That came up just at that exact point.
Okay.
The other thing, though, is the only real clip, new clip, of Weiss, though, is showing, the soldier she defeats in the very first trailer way back, the white trailer.
Oh, yeah.
She can create her semblance. Looks like she's gained more control of her semblance, which, again, hinted in Season 4, but now we have one that's doing, dive bombing with a giant sword. You see that in one of the short clips on the scene. Oh. So, not so much theories, as you said, but just more of a discussion point that there really wasn't a whole lot of character development through the trailer of Yang at all, except that she just broke someone's face in.
Yep.
So maybe there wasn't a lot of character development just because of that. It's like, has anything changed?
Yeah,
no, she still broke the guy's face in. I mean,
Yeah, she's still Yang.
Yeah. So, and of course, like I said, there's Weiss is gaining more control over powers, but that's about it for anything new. But yeah, let's go back to something a little more meaty. Brady, what's your other point that you want to bring up, or theory?
Yeah. So in this trailer, we finally get to see Professor Lionheart.
Yeah.
Who is apparently under Salem's thumb, palm, hand thing at.
Salem has thumbs and hands.
So would it be under her thumb?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of am blanking on what the correct analogy would be. Anyways, it's hinted in Season 4 that Professor Lionheart is working with Dr. Watts, who is, of course, working for Salem.
Right.
And everybody was like, oh, no, Professor Lionheart's a traitor. Oh, he's so evil. Yeah. Well, I've kind of held the theory for a while now that Professor Lionheart is not actually a villain so much as he's being blackmailed or threatened or otherwise manipulated.
Okay.
And this trailer, again, this one's going out a little more on a limb.
Okay.
But I feel like this trailer is also supporting that theory because at one point in the trailer, you actually see him getting attacked.
Right.
And it's by some sort of weapon that we've never seen any of the good guys wield.
True.
So because of that, it would almost seem like, it could be a good guy we've never met.
Sure.
It could also be a bad guy that we've never met. And it
could be a bad guy we've met that we just haven't seen them use their weapons yet.
That is true also. However, if it is a bad guy, why would a bad guy be attacking another bad guy? I mean, sometimes bad guys do that because they're bad guys, but, that's just, it happens.
Yeah.
But it could also be maybe Professor Lionheart was, quote, gaining his courage back, because as we've talked about before on the show, a lot of RWBY is kind of based on / borrows from the Wizard of Oz storyline, which we've met the Tin Man in General Ironwood. We've met the Scarecrow in Uncle Crow. Yeah. But we never found the Cowardly Lion. True. And then Professor Lionheart came along and I was like, oh, well, that's just, convenient. Yeah, true. So I feel like there's really good indicators that that's actually what's going on here, and not so much that Professor Lionheart is evil. Like, he's not an evil minion so much as just being a minion.
Yeah, and not an unwilling minion.
Yeah, and not like one of those cute little yellow guys from Despicable Me.
Thank you, Brady.
Kevin!
Oh, boy.
I would love it if his first name was Kevin. Professor Kevin Lionheart. That would be awesome.
Okay. If it is, we will make a video about that.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good.
All right. What did I want to mention? Oh yeah, a couple of notes. I think not to like. I know we're going to do 2 points each, but just when I realized we wanted to cover this, so we'll discuss it briefly.
Sure.
Sienna Khan.
Oh yeah.
Is a woman, which in retrospect I should have probably thought of that when I realized the name was not Shere Khan.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just kind of like, wait, yeah, think about that. Like, Sienna does sound a little more feminine.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it wasn't like
I could be totally wrong, but
I don't know. Like, I guess it was kind of unexpected, but maybe Josh and I just totally missed something where somebody was like, "Oh yeah, Sienna Khan is a female," but whatever. That's kind of cool.
It may have been just a big reveal from Rooster Teeth, because I know a lot of other people have commentated, just said, "Oh yeah, he." And obviously, we're thinking Shere Khan,
yeah,
which is a male. So I mean, not unusual for Rooster Teeth, but it's hard to guess. Well, aside from that, of course, there's those floating islands of Zendikar that are somehow just miraculously around here.
Yep.
But besides that, yeah, if you don't know what Zendikar is, it's a Magic the Gathering reference. But the point is that there's just random floating in the middle of the air pieces of rock, which is cool artistically, but is kind of like doesn't. I don't know how much this makes sense in this universe, unless it's the moon. But okay, another subject altogether.
I suddenly want to play Mario now because Mario has plenty of floating islands.
I stand corrected. All right. Never mind.
It's
right.
It's okay. Never mind.
All right.
Totally. That's a tangent right there.
Oh man. Well, any final thoughts, Brady, before we close?
Thank you so much for watching. Please find us on Facebook. Please like and share and subscribe.
Yep.
Your support helps us a lot, and we have fun doing this. So if you want to leave a comment, we will gladly comment back at you.
Well, I mean, yeah, typically. I mean, yeah, definitely make it constructive. If you have something that you want us to talk about or want to explore further, definitely let us know. I mean, it's much more helpful if we have an idea what people would like to talk about as opposed to just us necessarily making guesses. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and this has been the Storm Crow Show.